guys, it's Melissa. In this video, I am going to show you how to make printable decals, vinyl decals with your iColor 560. This can also be done with the other Uninet iColor printers, and what you're going to need is a couple of things. One, you are going to need the iColor sticker media or white vinyl. It comes in two different finishes, or excuse me, two different colors, white or clear, and then the white comes in matte or glossy. I am using the white matte today. It's the absolute easiest to use from a cutting standpoint, which we're going to do as the second portion of this tutorial. So you can make full color vinyl decals to put on blanks, to put on cars, as window decals, water bottle stickers, helmet stickers. My kids like to do those. So the nice thing about using the white toner iColor 560 is it's a laser printer, and even though you're not using the white toner in this case, you are using the toner, and toner is much more waterproof than inkjet ink is. So this is really ideal for this. Now you are going to need a cutter for to pair with your printer, because you probably don't want to hand cut or contour cut around your design. So we are using a Silhouette Cameo 4, and we are using what's called the print and cut feature. So that all starts in the Silhouette Studio software. It's pretty much the only software that I use, and I'm gonna show you how to set this up in there as well. If you're looking for full color art, the designs that I'm using today, especially these little retro designs, that these are full color printed on the vinyl. You can't even see the vinyl there because the blank itself is white. They are from So Fancy, where there are thousands of full color designs. They're all commercial use. So if you want to head over and grab those, I will link to those in the description of this video as well. Okay? All right, so in Silhouette Studio, you're going to launch it. Silhouette Studio is a free software. You don't even need to have a Silhouette cutting machine in order to use and download it. Anyone can use it. However, if you are going to use it like we are, where you need to export as a PDF or a PNG, you will need the one-time upgrade for Silhouette Studio Business Edition. It's about $60. It's not a subscription, it's just a one-time fee, okay? All right, so in Silhouette Studio, you're gonna start in the design area. If you are new to print and cut, I have lots and lots of tutorials on how to use Silhouette Print and Cut on silhouetteschoolblog.com, so make sure if you're not familiar, you head over there, all right? In the page setup panel, which you will get to from the top right toolbar, you are going to change the media size to letter, because the printable vinyl that we are using in the Uninet is 8.5 by 11, okay? And before you add your artwork, you also need to add registration marks. You can do that by clicking M on your keyboard. And for beginners, I would highly suggest you do that, because it will put them in the default location. And then also from page setup, you want to click this button here, check this box for show print border. It's very hard to see right here, but there's a gray border here. You need to make sure that all of your designs are within this gray border, within the red border, and not touching any of this hashed area for the registration marks, okay? Then you can bring in your artwork. So we're gonna go to File, Open, and we will search for our file. Mine is a cheerleading file here. It's a PNG. If you're using the Designer Edition, Business Edition, or Designer Edition Plus, you can import a whole lot of different file types. All right, now we're just gonna work with one here to make it simple for our first vinyl decal with the iColor. So we have our design all set up. Now, obviously, it would make more sense to utilize this entire page by putting other designs, you know, around it that you could also print and cut, because otherwise you are basically wasting all of the blank area in here. So you could, you know, turn this to the side and then make two of them, or, you know, fill this with other decals. But in this situation, because we are simply just doing this as a tutorial to show you how to do this process, I'm just gonna leave it like this. Now, the next thing that we need to do is go to the send panel, because what we need to do is make sure that our cut line is just around the very edge of our design. So this bold red line is the cut line. That is where the machine is going to cut. So if you are using Silhouette Studio and you're on a PC, you can send direct to the iColor directly from Silhouette Studio. I work on a Mac 99% of the time, and so I cannot send directly to my iColor from this software for this, and while I'm working on my Mac. So I'm gonna export my file, and the easiest way to do that is to just go to File, Save As, Save to Hard Drive, and then I'm gonna change the file format to PDF, okay? And we'll just call this cheer decal. Just keep an eye on where it goes. And then what I do is I put it onto my G drive, and then I move over to my PC, open up that G drive, download the file from there, and then I import that into the ProRib. And so this might take a second. This is a large file, so just give it a second for the preview to pop up. If it takes a minute, you can go back up and do, oh, here it comes. Okay, so on the right-hand side, you can see even before the preview, you've got this warning that you are out of the print area. Do not, I repeat, do not move that, okay? Because these registration marks have to remain in the exact position as they do for Silhouette Studio and Silhouette Cameo to know exactly where to cut. Now, what we need to do here is we actually need to set up our ports. So you can see that it has the print mode right down here. It's telling us that it's plain paper. We don't want plain paper. We need to use the white vinyl label material. So we're going to switch that. And yes, we need to change the ports. Okay, we understand that. I'm just going to make sure that all of these are set up correctly. I like to change the output quality under the page tab to be best quality so that we get the highest type of print, highest quality print resolution. Paper type, you want it to be thick to 163 grams. And then the Q, just make sure that all of this matches. This thick paper type 105, that's the max it goes. I don't know exactly what, oh, we can pick thick right here. So that matches, all right? Okay, now you are ready to print. Right now it says pending. I need to hook my printer up to my computer by USB, and then we will send this to print. All right, so we are almost ready to print. We have the USB connected to the computer. One thing that is really important that you want to make sure that you're doing when you're printing on printable vinyl, again, you don't need to use a white toner. So you actually want to remove that white toner, and you want to make sure that you have the blue in the back, cyan in the far back position, and then you want to make sure that you have the black toner in the very front position. Okay, so the white toner is not in the machine at all. So you've got black, yellow, magenta, cyan. So you're just using CMYK for this. Okay, so just keep that in mind. That'll give you the best colors. And then I'm actually, I prefer, like I've said before, I prefer to use the bypass tray as opposed to the other tray, so I just feed one piece in at a time. Now, with this vinyl, you've kind of got like a slick side and then more of a, it's not even rough, but you can just tell that it's the back. So when you're using the bypass tray, you need the printed side, the side to be printed down. I do not load it until I hit print on the computer. So all I'm going to do over here is I'm going to select my item, and then I'm going to say print job. Okay, once it hits active, then I load my sheet of material in, and as you know, this typically takes a minute or so to process depending on the size of the file, and then it will begin printing. Once that's complete, we are done with the print part of this design. Now, if you're printing vinyl decals, it's most likely, as I said, that you're not going to be cutting the decal by hand with scissors or anything like that. You need a die cut vinyl cutting machine. I use the Silhouette Cameo. As you can see, I have multiple machines. There's an older one up there. And we are going to use that because it does a really good job of print and cut. So once this comes out of here, we will move back over to Silhouette Studio. Again, super important that nothing moves in the software because you need those registration marks and the design to remain exactly where it was when you set it up so that your cutting machine will cut exactly around your decal. Okay, so when the printing is done, you will see that your design has not only printed, but so have those 3 registration marks. It's really important to make sure that those marks are on there. That's, as I keep saying, how your cutting machine is going to know exactly where to cut. So now we will move over to the Silhouette Cameo and we will cut this, and when we are done, we will end up with a vinyl decal. Okay, so we have our printed sheet. We are just going to place this on our cutting mat. Make sure nothing else is on your cutting mat. And make sure it's pressed down really well, okay? And then we can load this into our Silhouette Cameo, all right? This is the exact same process that you would use to make stickers. If you're used to making stickers or you're wanting to make stickers, this is the exact same process to do that, okay? And then we will return to Silhouette Studio, and from the send panel where we previously were, we will tell our machine that we want it to cut. So we select the material as vinyl printable, and then we send the decal to cut. So what you're going to see is that the machine is first going to find that top left registration mark. It will then move down to the bottom left and then to the top right, kind of reset, and then it will begin cutting. Now, before you remove this from your cutting machine, you do want to make sure that it has cut completely through. So I like to try to use my tool. It's not easy enough to remove. So I'm actually going to send this through again, just one more time. And as long as you don't pull the material and mat out of the cutting machine, it will cut in the exact same spot the second time. Okay, we'll try one more time to make sure that it has cut. And this time I can see it has cut. So we will be ready to remove the entire mat from the cutting machine. All right, and then the final step is weeding. Okay, so typically with the iColor, you don't have to weed when you're making transfers, but with vinyl, you do have to weed, and so we are just going to remove. Now again, this is what I'm talking about, all this wasted material, and how I would highly suggest that you put on there multiple images to create multiple decals at the same time, all right? But the nice thing about this is you now have only your vinyl decal directly on the backing. So if you wanted to sell this, if you wanted to sell this design to some, or this decal to someone, you would just layer it with transfer tape and they would treat it as a sticker. So I'll pick this up so you can kind of see. This is obviously all one solid design, so not a big deal to pick up. But if you had a design that was in multiple pieces, which print and cut can also do, you would need to use a transfer tape to pick that up. So there's your decal, and then you would apply it wherever you want. I'm going to put it back down on the backing sheet so it doesn't get wasted. Now, I'm going to show you how to do this exact same thing with some other decals that I already cut. I'm using these. This is, again, same exact process. I'm just going to show you quickly how I applied this. So this, again, a solid design that I'm going to apply on this blank. I like to use a scraper to make sure that I don't have any bubbles, and then I'm just going to place it on here. These are little keychains. You could do this for dog tags. You could do this, again, lots of different ways. This is an adhesive, a permanent adhesive vinyl on the back, and it is vinyl material, not sticker. So sticker material is water-based. Vinyl material is waterproof, and because, again, you use that toner, you are able to, these are waterproof, okay? So you could run this underwater and you wouldn't have any damage or any the ink wouldn't, I can't think of the word. The ink won't spread. So again, this one I did all different sets at one. I did the whole set all at once. that's what I would encourage you to do when you are using this vinyl media. So again, this is iColor cut sheet label sticker media, and you can use this in all of the different machines, the 650, the 500, the 560, 550, 540, 800. I obviously have the iColor 560, but if you want to be able to contour cut your vinyl decals that you've printed on your iColor, you are going to need a cutting machine as well. And obviously, if you've been following me for any length of time, you know that Silhouette is where my core is, and obviously that's where I'm the most comfortable. And if you are interested in a Silhouette Cameo, I'm going to link to it. There's 3 different sizes, 12-inch, 15, and 24. Actually, 4 different sizes. There's a smaller one as well that is perfect for 8.5 by 11 sheets. So that one's called the Silhouette Portrait. All right, you guys, thanks again for watching. I'll see you soon.